Two Irish brothers built Stripe into a 95 blower payments giant. In the rolling hills of rural Ireland, two brothers were about to revolutionize how the entire world processes money online. Patrick and John Collison, born just 2 years apart in County Limerick, would transform from small-town teenagers into billionaire entrepreneurs by solving one of the internet's most frustrating problems. When Patrick was just 16 and John 14, they sold their first company, Octomatic, for $5 million to a Canadian firm, proving that age was no barrier to entrepreneurial success. But this early victory was just the opening act. The real empire they would build started with a simple observation that traditional payment processors were driving developers absolutely insane with their complexity, lengthy approval processes, and archaic technology. While companies like PayPal dominated the consumer space, business-to-business online payments remained a nightmare of documentation, weeks-long approval processes, and integration systems that required armies of developers to implement. The Collison brothers saw an opportunity that would eventually become worth $95 billion. The genesis of Stripe began in 2010 when Patrick, studying at MIT, and John at Harvard were both working on various side projects that required online payment processing. Every single time they tried to integrate payments into their applications, they hit the same wall that frustrated developers worldwide. PayPal's integration was clunky and redirected users away from websites, breaking the user experience. Traditional merchant accounts required extensive paperwork, credit checks, and approval processes that could take weeks or months. Authorize.net and other processors used outdated APIs that were painful to work with and poorly documented. The brothers realized that while e-commerce was exploding, the infrastructure for accepting payments online was stuck in the Stone Age. They spent countless hours researching the payments industry, discovering that the global payments market was worth over $1 trillion annually, but the technology serving it was fragmented, slow, and developer hostile. The opportunity was massive because every single business wanting to sell anything online needed payment processing, yet existing solutions were treating this fundamental need as an afterthought. Patrick and John made the audacious decision to drop out of their prestigious universities in 2010 to focus full-time on building what would become Stripe. This wasn't a casual dropout situation driven by poor grades or lack of direction. Patrick was excelling at MIT studying mathematics while John was thriving at Harvard, but they both recognized that the payments opportunity was time-sensitive and massive enough to justify abandoning traditional education paths. They moved to Palo Alto with a clear vision that would differentiate Stripe